Okay, this is the last part of chapter 2 and for the non-silicate mineral and importance of mineral in civil engineering. Okay, so apa yang kita nak tengok, the learning outcomes. So focus on the non-silicate, the criteria, the group, and the last part adalah the importance of mineral in civil engineering. At least kita tahu basic knowledge in mineral as a civil engineer. Alright, okay, criteria of non-silicate. So what are the criteria of the non-silicate mineral? So actually the non-silicate mineral ni adalah oppositions of the silicate. So since we have silicate, so of course we have the non-silicate. And the most important thing, yang paling penting kita akan tengok sekali, criteria non-silicate ni, they don't have silicon and oxygen together. Dia tak bonding together. Maknanya there is no SiO ni together, but they only have oxygen but not combination with silicon. Okay, so some of the mineral dia ada elemen oxygen but they don't have the silicon together, and it less complex than silicate. Okay, kita tengok nanti. Alright, okay, so previously we have the silicate. So kalau tengok dalam rajah yang ni, yang ini adalah is a summary of the example of mineral. Dalam ni semua ini adalah example mineral. Contoh, we have quartz for non-ferromagnesium, kaolin in a clay. Alright, so you boleh gunakan ni as a rujukan. At least mineral mana yang you kena tahu untuk setiap silicate and also non-silicate. Okay, so kita nak fokus on the non-silicate. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, there are around 8 element ataupun group yang masuk dalam non-silicate. So kita tengok satu-satu group. For each group, at least ada 1 or 2 example yang commonly used, commonly disebut-sebut dalam setiap group mineral tu. So we start with the carbonates, with the carbonate group. So elemen penting, that metal akan ada CO3. So mana-mana mineral that have formula chemical yang ada CO3, that one is carbonate group. Paling penting yang kena ingat adalah calcite, dolomite. So dua ni, kalau dalam carbonate group, this is the two common mineral, calcite and dolomite, that commonly found in sedimentary rock. Okay, contohnya dalam limestone, dalam limestone biasa digunakan untuk jadi simen ataupun lime. So this is the calcite. Kalau kita tengok hardness dia is around 3. Color, obviously we can look at this color is a white color. This is the dolomite. Okay, kalau tadi CaCO3, dolomite dia ada tambahan Mg, magnesium. Alright, and then kita proceed with the oxide group. Bila kata oxide, maknanya dia ada elemen oksigen O kat situ. So tak kisah berapa O dia. For example, the commonly adalah hematite, magnetite, corundum. Ini yang most popular. Okay, because hematite and magnetite ni adalah iron ore. Iron ore ni biji besi. So this ore is normally to produce steel. Steel is the keluli, So what is the purpose of the steel? Steel can be used for the constructions. Can be used for the construction. Kita buat steel frame, and then instead of guna reinforcement concrete, dalam tu pun dia ada steel juga, steel bar tu. And also used dalam automotive lah. Automotive ini banyaklah guna dalam vehicles manufacturing kan. And corundum, those yang minat jewelries, batu-batu yang cantik like ruby and sapphire is actually from the corundum. And also can be as a abrasive. Abrasive is like the sandpaper, kertas pasir untuk polishing. So this is the hematite, reddish color. Alright, this one is the corundum. Dia akan produce dua, sama ada ruby atau sapphire. Sapphire punya jewelries ni, mana kind of corundum that have another element is like iron and titanium. Okay, kalau you tengok dekat more hardness, okay, number 10 is diamond, number 9 is corundum. Okay, quite high dia punya more hardness. And the next group adalah hydroxide. Bila kata hydro dengan oxide, we have the oxygen and oxygen. So chemical formula akan ada OH. Paling biasa disebut is the bauxite, because ini adalah ore of the aluminium. To get the aluminium, it extract from the bauxite. So this is the bauxite. And the color is ada white dia sikit, ada red dia sikit. Kalau you tengok And then the next group adalah sulfide. So sulfide yang ada metal plus dengan sulfur, dia ada komponen S kat situ. So yang kena ingat at least galena and pyrite. Okay, galena and pyrite. This is the galena, the iron ore of lead. Okay, lead ni yang heavy metals tu Okay, this one is the pyrite. Banyaklah kita jumpa pyrite ni is a full gold. Orang selalu silap with the real gold. Alright, but then the hardness is tinggi. The real gold very soft actually, is less than 3. Okay, sulfate. This is the sulfate group. Bila kata sulfate, maknanya dia ada elemen SO4 in the equation. Kalau you tengok kat sini, gypsum and epsomite. Okay, yang kalian kena ingat gypsum lah. Gypsum ni yang biasa disebut dalam grup sulfate. Normally used as a gypsum board. Kalau you pernah dengar dalam construction, dalam building, biasa kita guna gypsum board, gypsum plaster board. This is the gypsum. Dalam lab last time, kita ada tengok juga dalam hardness, dia duduk dalam nombor number 2. We have also observed the gypsum last dalam lab hari tu. Okay, so we also have halides. So halide maka ada FClBrOi. Contoh yang paling glamour is NaCl ataupun rock salt halide, garam. This is the halide, rock salt. Okay, chemically naturally occurred. Okay, with the more hardness is around 2.5. And we also have phosphate. Another group is phosphate. So this is the element yang kena ada, PO4. Alright, so we have apatite or turquoise. So kat sini kita ada turquoise, PO4. Biasa orang sebut color turquoise. The real mineral is actually turquoise with also this color yang kita selalu biasa panggil turquoise color. So banyak guna dalam gemstone. Okay, dalam gemstone. And the last one we have the native element. Native element ni yang stand-alone element, dia tak combine with other element. Okay, not combination with anything else. For example adalah gold, emas, silver, copper, diamond, graphite, sulfur. So ini termasuk juga dalam golongan mineral yang berharga. Okay, contohnya gold. Okay, so gold itself dia tak boleh stand alone kalau untuk dipakai, untuk dipakai as a jewelries or like a gold bar tu, because the more hardness is around 2.5 to 3. So to make it more solid, to make it more solid gold, normally it combine with the platinum or silver, copper, nickel or palladium to make it more solid. So contoh kalau pergi beli ring or rantai dan sebagainya, kan dia ada akan chop kat situ whether it's, for example, 916, 916, actually 91.6% is a pure gold, and the 8.4 is other element, whether it copper or whether it nickel or silver. Kalau international unit dia pakai carats kan. So 24K ni yang paling tinggi lah, which is equivalent to 999 or 99.9% pure gold. Another 0.1 is other element. For example macam gold bar tu is a 999 to make it more solid. Kalau tak dia macam lembik je. Okay. Alright, so the importance of mineral and civil engineering. Why we need to know a little bit in a mineral? Sebab mineral, rock and soil ni adalah elements yang kita deal with it. Engineer akan deal with it every day. So, in order to design, nak design with the new structure, sama ada on the ground surface or underneath the ground surface, so we need to evaluate. Kita nak buat evaluation whether that site, whether that proposed rock, tanah yang kita nak propose tu dia okey atau tidak, ada tak mineral yang berbahaya yang boleh menyebabkan defect kepada structure ataupun human. And then to ensure that the type of soil kat situ dia adalah stable and have good strength. Contoh for example, kalau ada mineral clay. So what kind of clay yang ada kat situ? Kita dah tengok clay paling stable kaolinite, paling tak stable montmorillonite. If you come across, kita jumpa buat side investigation, jumpa dia montmorillonite, so tak sesuai. Kita kena avoid that kind of site. Kalau dia kaolinite is okay, still stable, tapi kita kena improve juga bila melibatkan clay. And the last kali, because we need to know dia punya physical and mineral properties of rock. So kita nak buat testing physical properties tanah tu macam mana. The physical properties is actually from the properties yang ada dalam tanah tu sendiri. What kind of mineral yang ada, chemical formula yang ada dalam tu apa. So kita kena investigate that one sebelum kita proceed with the tunneling rock or excavation dan sebagainya.